Hello folks! Another wet, dreary day. But the temperature is still double digits, so I'm getting out for a quick spin. And after I have a quick spin, it'll be home and wash the bike because she is filthy from the roads lately. So, yeah, the roads are not in great condition at all. So it was dry most of yesterday, but then again yesterday was bitterly cold. Thankfully I had a few family bits and pieces to do yesterday, so didn't get out on the bike. It's getting out today, and it's warmer today, but it's wet. Yes, and I notice people that say, what do you expect? You live in Ireland. I'm like, yeah, I know. I live in Ireland, we do get plenty of rain. So, I'm not complaining, I'm just stating a fact. I prefer if it was dry though, obviously, for a nice spin. But, you know, make the most of it. Get out for a little while, around some of the back roads. And see what happens. So not much to report. Really like these new tyres that I've put on. Find the bike is quieter, a lot smoother. Yeah, I didn't have a major grip issue with the last tyres, so I can't fault the last tyres. They were Michelin Anarchy Adventures. They were fine, but just I prefer a more road orientated tyre, because let's face it, I'm not taking this off-road. The road is where I will be found. Unless something bad goes wrong, or I take a wrong turn. Other than that, it's on the road. On the road, in the rain, wiping the visor. So nothing else really going on, I just thought I'd get out for a bit. Turn the cameras on. Yeah, so I was out the other day, and when I got home and started doing the video editing on the Insta360, I was looking for the bit that shows the speed and direction and effectively GPS data, and then had a look around and all the bits and pieces and settings and worked out, yeah, it's not really the camera that's doing the GPS bits and pieces, it's the camera remote. Because I wasn't using the remote, there was no GPS data in the video. Like, bummer. So I have learned my lesson. I have the remote on today, and that's hopefully where we'll get the data from. So the GPS remote is dead handy, because it's easy to start and stop the camera from it, change settings and bits and pieces like that, rather than just getting on the bike, turning on the camera and letting it record as you go and then editing back later, which is what I do a lot of the time. But to record specific segments and sectors, it's better having the remote, so you can just record that sector, turn it off, save a bit of battery, and then turn it on again when you need it next time. Wow, these roads are mucky. So I like having the GPS remote. The battery in the GPS remote is chargeable the same as the camera, USB-C connector, and it seems to get, I'm getting about 3 hours out of the remote, which is great. So it's over 2 batteries for the camera. Now I got a USB-C right angle connector, which I may try on the camera when the weather is good. It doesn't provide any water sealing, so there's no point in putting it on in wet and damp weather. But I'll eventually get to try it out and use it. And that's the thing over here. You never know when it's going to be a dry day or a wet day. So these are nice twisty roads. Relatively quiet. So it's nice to get out and get a little lean in the bike. Get the sides of the tyres working a little bit. And again, there's nice colour foliage as the autumn causes all the leaves to turn brown and fall off the trees. So the one thing I like about the GS is that the windshield in front of me here tends to give good coverage. Biggest problem is just covers you that amount that when it rains you're not clearing your visor. You have to wipe the visor to clean it rather than being able to just turn your head and the rain wash off. Yeah, I know, you can't have it both ways. You either have wind in your face or you don't have wind in your face. I know. So it's one of these, it's not a fault. It's not a problem. It's just kind of like, yeah. So I've lowered the windshield today in the hope that I'll be able to turn and get a bit of rain off the visor, but of course I'm not going fast enough to do that because there's traffic in front of me. Hey ho. You know, really picking issues here. Yeah, it's damp, it's miserable. It's 11 degrees centigrade, so you know it's mild still. End of November. So does that mean we're going to be hit by a big freeze in the new year? Who knows? Yeah, normally this time of the year it would be a good bit colder. So take it as it is. I didn't think it was going to be as miserable as it is when I started out. It wasn't raining when I went around and got on the bike, but now it's just, yeah, it's miserable. So this will be a quick spin today, and then home, get the buckets of water and give the bike a good wash down. It needs it. It's overdue by a few weeks, and for the last few weeks the roads have been pretty mucky, so a good bit of muck on the bike. And then you need to watch out for cars who don't have their lights on or don't look enough to see you in the wet weather. Now hopefully they do, because there's good lights on the front of this bike and the back of the bike. So hopefully I don't have a problem being seen, but just never know. So I hope everyone's keeping well out there. Enjoy it, whatever the weather brings you. Get out and ride when you can and stay safe, folks. Talk to you soon.